Master, another game trying to tell the world about how vampires rule everything from the shadows is about to be released. What should we do? Make sure they are delayed. Fire the developers. Change the lead designer. Fire everybody. It doesn't matter the cost. We must make sure nobody plays this game.
Yeah, but guys, I actually took a look at the game and it doesn't really reveal anything. It's just a nice, fun, chill little game. Maybe we should just let them release it, right?
What? He's a traitor! Imposter! He's a traitor! Get him! Boys! Kill him! Get the human!
Vampire the Masquerade as a digital game franchise is a two-sided coin. On one side, you got an extremely good source material about vampires existing in modern society while trying to evade the public knowledge by controlling world events in the shadows. On the other side, you got a myriad of games that never quite met the expectation. Besides the initial two digital games, we barely got anything, just some visual novels here and there recently. Don't get me wrong, they look cool, and we even got a Game Jam free RPG that is available, and it's themed on Vampire the Masquerade. But I think not only me, but a lot of people are craving for that experience that Bloodlines provided so many years ago. Developed by Troika Games, the same ones that developed the highly regarded Arcanum of Steamworks and Magic Obscura, an old-school computer RPG where you can pick between magic or guns, and is acclaimed by its theme, deep dialogue, and quest systems. While the beloved Bloodlines has reached a cult fan status and had a good critical reception, that game was already stained by development troubles, dubious publishing decisions, and technical issues after release. Coming from the success of the previous title, also published by Activision, called Vampire the Masquerade Redemption, Troika decided to go with, at the time being developed, Source Engine for their game. That own decision already brought a lot of troubles, not only for the engine being developed, but the delayed decisions based on Half-Life 2 release date, and even a security breach that delayed its release and Half-Life 2 release. Releasing in 2004 and competing with big titles like Metal Gear Solid 3 and Halo 2, the game didn't meet expectations and sold way less copies than Troika's previous games. With developers claiming to be overworked and underpaid, and directors disagreeing if Activision was at fault or not, the impact on the staff was layoffs regardless of the game's following status with its fans over the years. And the love for the game can be easily perceived by the amount of unofficial patches made by the fans, and that's completely justified. I personally have played Vampire the Masquerade before, the Bloodlines one, and I loved it. I never got to beat the game, and it's undeniable that even when I played, which was way later after it was released, we can feel problems, technical problems in the game and stuff like that. I can understand why people love this game so much. It is pretty good on the RPG genre. It tackles interesting themes. I really think anyone should try and check it out. While the technical issues and small team can be perceived through the game's many jankiness and problems, there's a great vision and passion for what they wanted to convey here, and the game is really unique even to this day. So it's not a wonder that me and many others were left with a desire for a true Vampire the Masquerade digital role-playing game experience that Bloodlines' first title almost delivered to us. Paradox purchased the rights in 2015 and teased that a sequel was possible in the following years. After all, in the words of Paradox CEO Fredrik Wester, there is no use buying such a rich catalog of IPs just to be sitting on them another 10 years. Fast forward to 2019 and we got the announcement that finally, Bloodlines 2 was in development by Hardsuit Labs and would be published by Paradox Interactive. Still, in 2019, we got a delay announcement delaying the game for 2020. The reason being the fan feedback and also to improve the game's quality. That sounds like an amazing good reason to delay a game, especially for not that long, you know, just a couple of months. But then came 2020 and then they announced it was now going to release in 2021. Days later, lead writer Brian Mitsoda and creative director Martin Kai Clooney were fired from their position. Being a lead writer on the original Bloodlines game, some fans were already hopeful that the development of the second game was going in a good direction. But the departure of these names along with the delays already started to stain public faith in the development of the sequel. Then, on February 2021, it was announced to be delayed again. Paradox ended the plans to go with Hardsuit Labs developer and decided to look for another studio to work on the game, even considering cancelling the project altogether. In 2022, we got news that the game could arrive in 2023, but in that year, we got some late announcements about the new developer and estimated release date. The Chinese Room, a studio that once worked on several walking simulators. But the game has suffered so many delays and staff changes that one cannot start to wonder if history is not repeating itself again, and not only from the previous studio but actually from the previous game, all the problems that we see during development even before the game gets to be released. Then, in 2024, we got another delay, and this time for the first half of 2025, the reasons being quality and polished again to ensure a better reception once the game is finished. We heard that one before, right? But still, we have neither reasons to confirm or deny any claims that this game is good or bad. So speculation at this point leads to nowhere. Also, you probably notice we are way past the half of 2025 and the game has not been released yet. Earlier this year, it has been announced that the game was delayed again. The reasons are obviously encouraging. Delaying to improve technical aspects and quality to make sure it releases when it's done, not to rush a date like its predecessor. Now it's hard to make conclusions. We got some insiders that were pretty excited with the game after getting their hands on it, but the same journalists might not have a lot of credibility as they defend some pretty obvious failures before launching. And I might be mistaken, but I do recall the same outlets covering games like Concord and Marathon on a positive light, so... And I'm not even saying that these games should have free hate, but to not see the obvious red flags of a game that is set to fail takes away a lot of credibility from these journalists, you know. And also, if I recall correctly, one of the articles compared the gameplay he experienced with Deus Ex Mankind Divided, and while I have actually played Human Revolution, and I'm one of the best games I ever played in my opinion, I think it's a really great game, that to me sounds like an excellent compliment, but we still have to wait and see more close to the release date, which will be near October. But it does bring a bad omen and aura for the game. Not only this title, but the whole franchise has been under the constant threat of failure, delays, change of leadership, and even the whole development studios being switched. Bad feelings and problems with scope and release date, along with trying to manage technical problems. It doesn't matter if the initial intentions were good, it seems all of the Vampire the Masquerade games suffer heavily under a curse of development hell and dates that cannot possibly be met. Will this next title, developed now by Chinese Room and published by Paradox, be able to break that vampire curse moving forward? Really guys, at this point I just think the entire Vampire the Masquerade franchise is cursed. Maybe there is like a shadow cabal of vampires trying to prevent the game from being released, because maybe the game would teach us how this vampire organization, secret organization work, and they don't want this, so they are preventing the Vampire the Masquerade game to release. Actually, that sounds like a good idea for a Vampire the Masquerade game. Nah, I bet it would be delayed. It would definitely be delayed and cancelled, and everybody would be laid off. Nah, I'm not touching that. And guys, I'm not even talking about the contents of the game, the fact that they want to charge a DLC. They already announced a DLC with clans, behind that paywall. So we are only talking about the delays in these videos, and already that was just a lot of things to talk about, a lot of content. So I may even talk about other red flags in another video. I wanna know what you guys think about it. I'm a huge fan of the old game. I'm even thinking about starting to play it and stream here on the channel. I want to know your opinion. Are you guys excited for the release of the second game? Do you think it will be a success? Do you think that the many red flags that the development process of this game had already points out to a dire future? Do you think we'll ever see a Vampire Bloodlines 3? I know it's not the time to be thinking about that, but after, if this game flops, is the franchise dead as a digital gaming franchise? I don't think so. People love it and it seems too big, like people are always trying to make something, but it seems that it's a really hard franchise to try and convert into the digital gaming world, or it's just, you know, cursed. I really don't know what's happening here. I want to hear your opinion. Please follow if you like the video, like it. If you dislike it. Tell me in the comments what are your thoughts about everything that we talked here. I want to know your opinions, and I will see you on the next video. Also guys, I want to thank you very much for 100 subscribers. Let's keep going. Thank you very much. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye bye guys.
What? He's a traitor! Imposter! What? He's a traitor! Imposter! It's impossible to say no. Impossible.